Morning, welcome back to the channel, Tony's Garage. Today we've got the Evora up on ramps. I've got the wheels off to go and get powder coated. Not sure what colour they're going to be yet. But while they're off, I've got two jobs. I'm going to paint the calipers. Again, I haven't decided what colour they're going to be yet. And if you subscribe to the channel, you'll find out when that video gets done. But for today, we're going to do a brake fluid change. Now Lotus recommend every 2 years. If you're going to track it, it needs to be every year. If you're serious about tracking, probably after every track day. So I've got the tools laid out. There's a few different methods of doing it. I'll show you one of the ways, which is a one-man operation. So the tools, starting from left to right. Some old towels, very important. Plenty of cloths. Some gloves, protect your hands. I'm going to use a vacuum pump to pull the new fluid through, because there's only me here, there's not a two-man job. Some bits of tube, nice clean funnel to pour the new brake fluid in, which is .4 non-petroleum. Screwdriver to take the bleed nipple covers off, 11mm spanner, a syringe or pipette or something to take out as much of the oil fluid as possible, bottle for the oil fluid, and some light. And that's it. So let's crack on. We'll start furthest away from the master cylinder, so we'll do the back first, and we'll do the front, and then we'll probably do them again, just to make sure. Right, before we start, we need to access the brake fluid reservoir, which is in the front hatch, and that's that little lever there. Might have heard it just unclip. And there we have it. That's the cap with the low level sensor warning on it. You can see in there. We've got our paintwork protected. What we'll do is just suck out as much of this old fluid as we can. Looks pretty clean, really. It's quite a big reservoir as well. There's a little bit left, just covering the bottom of the reservoir, so we're not actually pulling in any air into the system. We've got our nice new brake fluid unopened. Break the seal. Never use old fluid. And then we'll just top this right up to the maximum. Oh, that's nice and clean, isn't it? Whoops. That is full. Keep the lid on, just in case we spill it. Right, so the important thing is to keep an eye on that level now and keep topping up as we go. The Lotus has very nice calipers. It's got two bleed points, so we've got one here and we've got one at the back, around the back there, just here. So we'll do the outside one first, then this inside one. But first of all, I need to take these little covers off. So we'll just use a little screwdriver, just prise them off. Oh, that looks a bit corroded, doesn't it? Don't lose them. We'll take the back one off while we've got our screwdriver in our hand. We'll set up the equipment. So this is a vacuum pump, and the idea is we pull a vacuum and suck the fluid out into this little tub here. So look the same size to me. Put one on one end, put one on the other end. Attach our vacuum pump. Again, it's just a slide on. It's a bit stiff. It's quite a tight fit, obviously it needs to be a vacuum. That's going on the bleed nipple. I'm going to pull her back. Right, before I attach this hose, I'm just going to break the... Oh, it's nice and slack in a bit. Then I can use an open-ended spanner. So we'll just push this on. Again, it's pretty tight. It's very tight. Right, so there we have it. Now we'll pull a bit of a vacuum. See the gauge of that pump bit, we'll get up to about 15 or so. And then as we undo this lead nipple, we should see a bit of fluid coming through. And that'll just suck it through for a bit. As you can see, I'm starting to collect quite a bit of fluid in there. It's quite mucky, it's quite dark, isn't it? So it probably was due a change. We'll give this a really good flush. So the system takes about 1.5 litres apparently. I've got 2 1 litre bottles, so we shall have plenty. The vac's dropped right off now, we'll just give it a little bit more to continue it. You can see actually coming through, but there's no air bubbles now and it's getting clean. Getting clean there. Right, I think we're nearly full. So we'll tighten this back up again. Right, that's pretty tight. Pretty tight. Quite full. So we've got it says 4 ounces, whatever that is in millimetres. We'll leave the vac on, we'll just suck the rest of that fluid into the bottle. And we'll empty that bottle and go on to the next one. Alright, we've sucked a little bit out the other end. We'll just top this up a bit more. Actually, it's a very big reservoir, so we're going to be okay, I think. I don't think we're going to run empty at all on this one. Put it back on. Right, back to the brakes. Okay, so that's the bottle emptied. We're going to move on to the back brake nipple now, which you can't see there, but if I can just show you here. It's just there. So we'll just get it slack with a ring spanner and put our tube on. It's a bit difficult one-handed, but we'll have a go. That should be on there. Might be better if you can see it there. So that's the tube on. And now we'll just pull the vacuum, undo that blade nipple, and get another bottle full of fluid. Try to get the camera in for you there a little bit better for that back one. Alright, so we'll just pull the vacuum again. Lovely. Now we'll get this ring spanner on. Which is easier said than done. I'll say my hand's in the way, but I'll do it for now. Right, okay, that's the bottle starting to fill up now. Check our vacuum. Just give it a little bit more. As you can see, that's coming through nicely. There's no air bubbles, which is good, and the fluid is actually pretty clean. A bit more vacuum, so I can do a bit quicker. There are obviously different ways of doing it. If there's 2 of you, you don't need all this contraption, you just need someone pressing the brake pedal. There's also another one where you actually push it through from the reservoir. and those kits range from about £50 up over, but this is enough. Right, it's getting quite full now. This certainly looks a lot cleaner, so we'll put that bottle down and we'll just tighten this back up again before it gets too full. Right, we'll empty that and we're going to top up the reservoir. Right, that's the rear right side done. I want to top up this fluid a little bit more. Nice clean fluid. That's right with the brim. Then we'll move on to the other side rear. So coming on to the other side rear of the car, it's going to be exactly the same. I'm going to just pop these clips off, the covers. Oh, and again, that looks like it's seen some corrosion, maybe leaked. And the rear one, man, that's tight. Little knock. Make sure the spanner's all the way on. Just free that up a little bit. Right. Just put that on there. Like before, we'll pull a vac. Get a decent strong vac on it. It's look quite stiff. Oh, that is quite dark, that fluid. Don't know if you can actually tell, but it's dark and it's got bubbles in it. Bubbles could be because it's not a perfect fit onto the nipple, but obviously Lotus say every 2 years to change this brake fluid, and that's because it does absorb water and air. Water boils a lot earlier than this brake fluid, so that induces brake fade. Your brakes don't work quite so well when they're hot because the water just boils. You can't compress gas, you can't compress liquid, that's why I use a liquid. So it's important to get good quality oil, no water in there, no air in there. And that is pretty dark. So on the slope, we'll give it a bit more on the vacuum, pull it a bit quicker. And again, I think we'll use a full bottle up because it's pretty black, that pretty dark. This looks like it's getting cleaner though. That's nearly full. So we'll just start closing this blade nipple again. Quite dark, quite light. You can see a difference or not. Can you see a difference? So it's definitely getting better, getting clean fluid through now. Right, that'll do for this one. We'll go and check the reservoir again, and then move on to the back one. We have to make sure we keep this topped up. Nice clean fluid. Because we do not want to empty this, because then we'll pull air through, and then it's a big job. Okay, we're back. We've topped up the reservoir. It's time now to go onto the inside brake blade nipple, which, if you can tell, it's just there. So we'll just crack that one, put the tube on, and we'll bleed that side. The front's going to be easier because I can turn the steering wheel. There you go. Right, it's quite clear to see now the two covers. The outside one, keep somewhere safe, and the inside one, keep somewhere safe. So I've taken both covers off, I've cracked them slack with a spanner, put on the tube, nice and tight, attach our vacuum pump, pull a vacuum, doesn't matter much really, as long as it's a vacuum, and then we'll just open the blade nipple, see what comes out. Oh, that's dark. Well, there's no air bubbles in it, which is good. Still quite dark though. Although it is getting lighter. Right, that's getting quite high now, so we'll start to tighten it. Righty tighty. Right, that's tight. Make sure the vac's there, so when we take the pipe off it sucks all the oil, all the fluid back into the tube. I'm trying to show you really, but there you go. There we go. Alright. Gotta keep the workplace spotless though with brake fluid in. Really is important. Right, that's the outside one done. We'll empty this, dump up the fluid in the reservoir and do the inside one. Right, that's it. All four corners, inside and outside, all bled. I've put that filler in. Last thing is just put that cap on. Just screw down tight. Move our little towels out the way. Bob's your uncle. It's all done. So that's the brakes bled on the Evora, all four corners, inside and outside of each caliper. Stand at the back, going to the front. Making sure that your reservoir never goes empty. The view is just under 1.5 litres of brake fluid. The system takes 1.5, so it's pretty much a full flush of the system. I am going to go around and do each corner again though, just to make sure, and then that'll be it. So thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did find it useful or something you might want to try yourself, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel, it helps me a great deal. And you'll find out when the next video gets uploaded, which will probably be the brake calipers. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Safe driving.